Peace, everyone. How you doing? Peaceful Sabbath day. The topic is open conversation. And I was just thinking from my last conversation and stuff that me myself, as we was talking, it's what people have taught you. And life itself has taught me a lot of things. I was 10 years old when I was sent to Park in Arkansas and separated from the rest of my family, which is my mother's side of the family. I don't speak on them too much, even though they the biggest part of who I am. My mother's side of the family, my aunties, my cousins, and everything. Because when I was first born, I was born in Chicago, Illinois, around them. So big wheels, tricycles, or whatever, skateboards and stuff. I learned about them things in Chicago. I fought with them people. My second cousins, not my first cousins, because they was way older than me, but they was having children around my age when I was born. So I would get to fighting with them. These the first people I ever got to fighting with. My nephew, which is a year younger than me, and then my second cousins, who both of them the same age, years younger than me. So the family has always had a hierarchy, how things go. So I was raised around my oldest first cousin. He was the oldest of all of us, Terry Duke. And he used to say to me, "Boy, you just like your granddaddy," or my grandfather. He wouldn't say that. He would say Caleb Duke, which is my grandfather's name. And I didn't know who Caleb Duke was. But at 10 years old, I was sent to Arkansas, and the dynamics of my life changed at that time. My whole life changed. I was down here a year and so, and I had a nephew pass. Didn't know what that was about. But my father, while he was raising me, he taught me two things. He told me two things that define my life. You can go to the store and get whatever you want to eat, and the house is always unlocked because we never locked our doors when I was growing up young. The door it wouldn't even lock. You can bump it and it would open. And that's how I live my life. Eating what I wanted when I wanted and going in and out the house whenever I wanted to. I learned about this thing called the nightlife. I went to my first football game and didn't go back to the house that night. I stayed out a good majority of the night dealing with the people that was out living the nightlife at somebody else's house or whatever you did at night, whoever you visit, wherever you visit, or whatever. So I always feel like a man that had power to do whatever I wanted to do, because my father, he never disciplined me. He allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do. And my mother wasn't around. So I always felt like a grown man to be able to say or do whatever I want to do. It comes so natural to me that when somebody tell me to do something, my brain shut off their dialogue, their conversation. Because it's like, if you're not a bigger man than me and can whoop my tail and make me do something, I ain't gonna do it. And that's with me to this day. I think my brothers and sisters recognize it. They said, he ain't gonna do it, or if he don't want to do it, we're gonna have to whoop his ass and make him do it if we want him to do it. Because ever since I was 10, I could do whatever I wanted to do. And if you couldn't whoop me and make me do it, I wasn't doing it. So, like I was just speaking to my girl a while ago. And I was like, yes, if you put please into it, it might sink into my head and I might do it if you ask me please. But if you put it to me in a telling type of way, Because I got a sister, she's an Aries. She 2 days before me. And we be on the phone talking. And she'll tell me something. And I'll be like, you need to ask me that. Because you just stated it and trying to tell me something, it's going to fall out my head before the day over with. Before we get off the phone. Because you told me to do something. And I'm not good with people telling me what to do. It's not something I'm used to. And I'm a very emotional person. I can feel some kind of way. And it's hard for me to explain to you my feelings. It's hard for me to do it. So for me to communicate something properly to you, it's going to be hard. Because when I'm from, they'll cuss you out before they say good morning. You can walk in the streets, run up on somebody, and they'll have a conversation for you that you never would have thought you ever heard in your life before they say good morning to you. When I meet people, when I talk to people, when I speak to them in the inbox or whatever I do, I try to say peace before I say anything else because I want our interaction to be peaceful. But if not, I'm all for war. I don't care about no sword. But a lot of people don't understand that of me. I'm the most peaceful guy in the world until you say you want war or you want this or whatever. Because if you say you gonna run me or tell me what to do, you's a goddamn lie. From the jump, change your perspective in how you talk to me and this and that. I got friends, they will disrespect me and I would accept it from them because of the friendship and the love that I believe that they got for me. They showed they love me. They didn't show that they there for me whenever needed or whatever. But it's other people, they don't show love, and when they talk, it make me question them because I'm all about a power dynamic in life. Who can make me and who I can make, because I believe I got the power to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I have full autonomy over who I am, what I am, everything that I am. And when people try to dictate their autonomy to me and tell me what I can and can't do, what book I can read, what book I can't read, who I can talk about, who I can't talk about. No, I'm the ruler of that. I choose who and what, when, where, how, and all the 5 W's and the H's and stuff. And when we have a conflict and you're trying to get something over to me, ask me and maybe you can get it. Or maybe my asshole just take over and say, no, you can't get it. You can't have it because I'm in the power and I don't want it and it's not going to be. So my mentality is a dictatorship because I done dictated to myself a good majority of my life. Ever since I was 10 years old and I'm 48, that's 38 years of me dictating. Nobody dictating shit, not my father. If he wanted me to do something, he had to whoop my ass to tell me, and my father ain't never whooped my ass. So that tells you how much he told me or made me do. So that's a little something about me. Learn about me and stop playing games with me. If you want me to do something, unless you can make me do it, leave that alone. That's how I will explain it to anybody. Or ask me in a polite manner and see if I do it or get to do it or whatever. But that's it, y'all. Not a long show. Hopefully y'all like the show. Learn about me and learn how to deal with me. I'm the ruler of my domain. If I want it in it, you can bring it. If I don't want it in it, you can't bring it or you're going to get your ass cut off. That's life, though. It's going to be what it's going to be.